Hey, welcome back. It's been a while. It's been approximately 7 days. That's weird how you keep showing up every 6 days and 24 hours. We're back. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Riley,
Where'd you get the key to my house? Who are you?
and I'm joined by my other co-host, Smuggy.
Oh, hello.
What, you didn't? You're not even gonna play on the bit like we're attacking Riley, like he's tied up in a chair or something?
Um, nah.
Okay, well, whatever. I mean, you can just not have fun, huh? All right,
That's a
well,
buzzword.
oh,
Wow, the age old classic.
I
The age old classic.
I don't like bread, and fun is a buzzword. Anyway, uh, I wanted to get into this. This is a very important topic. I think it affects everybody at one point or another. How come coloring books are not good? Can I
That's a
get?
good
Hmm.
question. I would say that
I don't know. What do
I
you mean by
just
that?
like they don't really give you anything. I was like, what the fuck?
I
Why would you want to?
I
I
you
don't
know
know why.
I just think that look. I think that coloring books as a concept, great idea. But how come we just don't like, I mean, I know there's probably one of these somewhere, right? Like probably some museum prints out a pamphlet of like fine art, like Mona Lisa, color in Mona Lisa or something. It's just weird how when you get like a coloring book, it's like a flower and like like a some like a bird, in a very like symbolic shape of a bird, not how a bird actually looks. I don't know, man. I was just
The
watching my,
Disneyfication of art.
yeah, almost. Yeah, actually, yes. A lot of them are Disney princesses, and it's like even lesser art than even Disney puts out. It's like they hired some, like, offhandedly hired, like, some random person who like vaguely does art to do a coloring book for them, or like they programmed like AI to do a coloring book for them. That's what it feels like, honestly, because it's like the most random shit. It's
A
never
Georgia
anything.
O'Keeffe coloring book.
Yeah, like where are my Jackson Pollock painting coloring books?
They just give you have you ever seen the kind of those squirt guns that you see at a carnival, but that instead it's just paint.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
like an actual paint gun, because paint guns are tiny droplets or spray paint. No, I'm talking about big fat streams of paint. They're just going
Yeah.
hog wild.
Ooh, I'm
Okay.
globbing on you.
Oh,
Yeah,
this paint.
exactly. You're globbing on them. You're pulling out the Nerf Super Soaker, but it's filled with fucking uh titanium white.
Yeah, good color, titanium
Okay,
white.
weirdo.
What's weird about that? Titanium. You know that song Titanium? Never mind. You don't know music, you read books.
Now that movie, Titan.
Titanic?
Oh, Titan was a movie we watched in
Oh,
Oh
at a
god
stream
damn,
one
yeah.
time, and it was awful.
I
dude.
It was funny as hell because the first time I remember you telling me it's like, oh yeah, maybe they yeah, Buzz, they told me this really fucked up movie. I don't even know what it was called. It was about a chick who fucks a car, and I was like, did you watch Titan? Yeah, Titan. And I just started laughing hysterically because it was the funniest
Dude.
goddamn concept in the world that you motherfuckers all watched Titan.
You all sat there and watched like
Oh, Bus did the movie.
I don't know. It was for me. It was just really funny, right? You're just like, oh yeah,
See, Bus is the motherfucker that goes online and looks up top movie lists.
That's
I'm
so
sitting there watching it. I'm like, okay, I get the metaphor. When's it get good?
when's it get good? And then it's just there, just like, no. I think you misunderstand. It's this for several more hours.
dude.
But she
I
fucks the
I'm
car.
And she does fuck the car.
Do you
That
see
is
her
true.
fuck the car, or is it just
So you
implied?
see her fuck the
No, I
Oh,
mean, you
no.
watch her go to town
Oh,
on that car.
no.
You
Oh.
don't see bits, but it's implied. You see her boobies, I think.
Ew.
Yeah. There's enough implied penetration there to make it very weird.
It was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can't believe that like everybody in Discord was just sitting around watching some, basically some B-rate like porno of a girl
Well,
fucking a car.
But
You're
it wasn't,
fucking
like-
watching like
It was
a
like a
goddamn
10-minute part, but it was like long enough to be like, yeah, I don't want to watch this anymore. And
Yeah.
then
I
like there was like
remember-
a thing with a fireman and like him being
Oh
like
yeah,
a father
yeah,
figure
Jesus
to
Christ,
her.
yeah. Oh,
And
God.
then all of a sudden she's like trying to fuck him and like kill him, and it's just like, okay, I don't know. This is like the worst representation of trauma. I don't know.
Is this just like the Doors, like what's his name? Jim.
You cut out, what'd you say?
Is this just like the Doors with like the lead singer of the Doors being like quoting like the Socrates? I don't know, some pedophile philosopher being like, being like, oh, I wanna, mother, I want to fuck you. Father, I want to kill you.
No,
Like, is it like that, or is it just like
It-
representing?
there's a lot going on with the film.
I mean, it's a little too.
You're like,
it's
dude,
like-
it's too much to explain.
I mean, it's a little hard to explain. You gotta like all that trauma in the beginning,
And the fucking
then,
the
like
car.
she starts killing people, and she fucks
What?
the car.
She kills people?
No, bro, she kills like 10 people.
And then she fucks the car, or she fucks the car and then
I
kills 10
think
people.
I think it's intermittent.
People.
Dude, is that the slippery slope once you start fucking cars? Serial killer?
Yeah, once you start fucking cars, you go absolutely sicko mode on your step parents or whatever the fuck. That's the
Dude.
bit, right?
Okay, now that we're speaking on movies, Bus
Oh,
is
God.
the worst
Oh, my
person
God.
to watch movies with. I've
Who?
said it before, and I'll continue. Bus,
Oh yeah,
especially
yeah.
if they're streaming.
Okay. In Bus's defense, they are curious about everything, and I admire that deeply about them. But I once mentioned offhandedly a Lucio Fulci movie about like murder and Catholicism, and I'm like, yeah, it's really weird. I'm not certain you'd like it. And Bus is like, oh well, let me see.
Why do you think I wouldn't
and then
Why do you
types
think
it
I
in
wouldn't like
and then like reads the synopsis, and it's like, oh yeah, I really don't think I'd like this movie. And I'm like, I mean, yeah.
I just said that to you. I just
But the thing
told
with Bus-
you.
We're watching a fucking movie, like, and it's like fuck, what's the movie? It's the one where like this guy is insane. He has to take medication in order to stop talking to his dog and cat, like they're real people, and the cat's getting him to kill people. I forgot the name of the movie.
Harry Potter?
It was. I think it had Ryan Reynolds in it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't know what the fucking name
But
is.
like, we're watching that movie, and we get halfway through, the motherfucker pauses the movie and
Okay.
says, "I'll go back. We'll do this tomorrow," and stops the movie and leaves.
All right. So okay, so you know how we were watching Frailty?
Yeah.
When we got to the end of Frailty, I turned to my significant other and I said, watch, Bus is gonna pause the movie at the credits. Like soon as the credits hit, they're just gonna pause the movie. And then soon as the credits hit, I see the mouse come back up.
It just
like-
creeps up
like fucking
the
clockwork.
fucking dreaded hand.
And then you tell him, like, Bus, maybe there's something at the credits. He's like, it's not a Marvel movie. It's not a Marvel movie. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, you know people watch the credits to honor the people that made the movie, or
I
like to
don't-
find
like, I
out.
don't
Credits have, like,
personally do
art and
it,
stuff
but I
like
watch
that.
enough to, like, get a gist of if there's going to be, like, an after credits scene or something, like, to give more insight to the movie,
Like-
right? Because some movies just have after credits. Like,
Yeah.
even if they're not a fucking Marvel movie. Unlike that guy continually only thinks has after credit scene.
Dude.
And then, like, if there's nothing, then I can be like, okay, I'm not watching the credits.
I mean, I don't
But he
mind.
does-
I don't mind. I don't mind watching it. I don't mind watching credits. It doesn't bother me. It's like 2 minutes. It's not that big of a deal. Let it play out. Might be an after credit. Might not. Might be a song at the end that has relevance to the movie. I really don't care. It's still going. The movie's still going to me. I don't get up and walk out of the theater. I know that's not like a common thing because usually you have to like pee really bad when you are at the end of the movie. You've drank too much of the sody pop and ate too much popcorn to be able to sit there for the end of
Have
the
too much
credits.
aspartame in your system.
Yeah, look, I get it. I get it.
Exactly. No.
I also get it if you think it's boring and don't care. That's also a valid opinion. But to be hosting a movie and then to just be like, oh, credits, movie's done, exit out, close stream.
Windmill
He
fucking
did that on the
slam.
Green Knight.
Yeah.
Like, we were watching the Green Knight, and there was like cutscenes, like shit happening in the credits, and he fucking turns it off. I'm like, are you stupid?
I mean,
Look,
maybe, but yeah.
look,
Oh, it,
I,
it stressed me out so bad.
look, I,
And
look.
that's when they did the Marvel. Every Marvel movie has after credits scene.
That is a good. To be fair, that's a very funny
It's kinda
bit.
funny.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, looking back on it, but it wasn't a bit. It was
It wasn't a bit. You're just deranged. Yeah. That's so funny.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna go back to it because this is still an issue. Do I like have to Google and like buy books from like coloring books from a fucking specialty store to get a coloring book that isn't like Elsa and Olaf like high fiving?
Yes.
Dude, it is
Yes,
so.
You can't go to a store. You have to go
There-
online, like most.
I
specialty products.
remember that there was a person, like an author that I used to follow back in, like, when the weird kind of, a lot of people were talking about like making kind of snippy jokes about like adult coloring books or whatever the fuck, who actually made a zine of like adult coloring book stuff
Wow.
with like different weird
Color in
punk
the
art and
hog.
shit like that. Kinda, yeah, just like punk weird fucking zine.
Oh,
punk
I
art
meant
shit.
dick.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
that. Yes,
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah,
No, we're on the
like,
same page.
like literally like adult zine
Okay, I'm
art,
just
Yeah.
but a coloring book basically.
making sure you weren't thinking of like a really fat hog blowing bubbles in a little pond or
I
something.
love
Yeah,
that
a
piggy.
little dude, Oh,
I
gosh.
love that piggy. He is so cute. I like how he looks
Little
up at the
dude, yeah.
camera. He looks up at the camera.
He's sneakily like, oh my god, he's like, oh, he's got me.
Oh, uh-oh, you see what I'm
Little
doing? God,
Nice little lad.
I wish I could have pigs.
You could.
It's
Nah, I
really the
can't.
only thing that I miss about living on like a pseudo farm environment is not having chickens and not having pigs. Those are
I-
fun ones.
When Maxie and I came and visited you, and you're like, "Oh, hold on, I gotta go get the chicks. I gotta go get them back in their cage or whatever." I was like, "What?" And then we walked out, and then all these little baby chicks come out, and they're just like, "Me, me, 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 me." And you're like, "Yeah, get the fuck back in there. I'm tired of it. Get in." And then I'm just like, "You're acting like this is a normal thing." That's crazy.
I used to have
It
little.
was very normal, and I did very much like the little bastards, but it was still kind of like, oh gosh, it's a lot of work, kind of.
Yeah, I grew up on a farm. It didn't have animals anymore, but it was still a farm.
When I was there, I had peacocks and I had Actually, the only thing I remember was peacocks.
On the farm?
At Papa's?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I had peacocks.
They had
That
peacocks?
shed is a peacock storage.
No shot. Are you kidding me? I miss out on everything,
And I
dude.
also had a little red wagon that I'd carry around little ducklings in.
I do know that. I do know the red wagon story. But ducklings. Yeah. I do know the ducks. But I didn't know about the rest of it. The peacocks and stuff. In Florida they have like, dude, they let their wildlife just rule the land. That's the only thing I like about Florida. Is like there's like a crocodile in a Publix parking lot. You just leave him. He's just chilling. He's just a guy. Just call the alligator guy. He'll put him back. That's the only thing respectable.
Like, I would respect Florida a lot more if it was only weird animals just big chilling all the time. Because like the normal way is just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just all
Do you
fascism
remember
all
that
the time.
Yeah.
one show that had that like animal like pest control kind of, but it was for like
What are you talking-
reptiles and any like
What
disgusting thing in your house, and then like you always let them bite them.
Talking about Steve Irwin?
No, no. But I think Steve Irwin also let animals bite him all the time.
Yeah. There's literally
And the only thing I can
Yeah.
remember, is the aesthetic was exactly like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, so like a reality show? Like a reality like
yeah,
pet
like
show?
a reality show where he's actually just doing his job and picking up
Yeah.
like animals that are in houses that shouldn't be there.
Yeah. I don't remember it. I also don't remember the peacocks though, so it might be a me
I
thing.
mean, like I kind of it sounds like a thing that would have existed. It's just those kind of things like the Discovery Channel shows like that were just like I feel like they're very dime a dozen. They all
Yeah.
existed. They were all the same all the time.
Yeah, very
And
vacuous.
I remember it. It was called the Verminators.
Okay, that is kind of a fun name.
Yeah.
You can't fault them for that. Fun name.
I
Yeah, they
mean,
were on the Discovery Channel.
I believe it.
what did they end up doing with them later? The Verminators? Did they actually exterminate the vermin?
I mean, they were humane about it. I think.
Oh, they like
tried not to
relocated?
kill shit. Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
Because it's Animal Planet. Why they better not be doing it on Animal Planet.
Just like they just execute the lizard.
Yeah, like broad
Their
daylight,
fucking
coup de grace.
Taliban beheading. Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
a cockroach on a cross and light it on fire.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
I would watch the shit out of that.
Like,
I'm sorry.
That's fucked up, man.
It is fucked up, but I would watch the shit out of a show like
I
that.
can't even kill the cockroaches that are like dying in the basement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Like
rough.
how they.
I
feel so bad, and I also like am so disgusted by it at the same time that I'm just like I can't do any action to them.
I have this thought like maybe twice a week whenever I have to kill any of the insects that are in my house or around my house. I think when I die, if there is a heaven, will I have to answer for the souls that I sent before their time? You know, like all of these like little
I
pests.
killed an ant today. I killed a flying ant near the near my sourdough mix or whatever.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times I just said sorry, like over and over again while I was on the news.
You're about to do it to him. It's the bit where like the in the Irishman where he's gonna kill Jimmy Hoffa but for ants.
like okay, well hold on. Did you fuck any cars beforehand?
No,
All right, I think you're fine. I don't think you're a
You're in the
serial
clear,
killer.
I
Ant
think-
serial killer.
Yeah, I don't think you're a terrible abomination. against
no.
nature
See,
just
when
yet.
you fuck a car, you get a pass for murderous intentions due to your past trauma.
That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
That's true. You can't go to
The
jail.
car fuckers clause. You can't go to jail when you're in
Yeah,
Florida.
this is not legal advice, but you cannot go to jail if you fuck a car.
Yeah,
If you
car
bring this up in a
fuckers
court of
say,
law, we were
"Pass-
joking.
Yeah, we were
bring this up
joking.
in the court of law or in front of a registered imam. We take no responsibility.
Inshallah, brother.
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
sorry, brother. I'm sorry for
You're on
mentioning
your
this.
own,
If the imam is listening, I also do not eat pork or beef of any variety. I stay clean. I do not practice Ramadan. I am sorry. I have to drink water. I do brush my teeth. I'm not good. I'm not a good Muslim. I wish
Gotta
I was
brush the
better.
teeth.
Yeah, you're not supposed to like ingest anything, including like water. So
I
you
mean, we could just
can't-
spit it out.
it's still I don't know. You got to bring it up with some canological like canonical,
You
right?
kind of gotta ask your individual imam. I think.
Yeah, you gotta-
what the deal with that is.
Yeah, you got to bring it up with your own. Look, man. Bring that shit up on Sunday service, okay? Don't bring it up with me. I'm not the I've never read the Quran. I've never
Same.
fully read the
I'm
Quran.
not a very good religious scholar, I'll admit.
Yeah, I've read, what's the, oh man. Holy shit. I shouldn't bring it up like this. What's that one book? What is it? Who cares, you know? What is it?
Bible, you know.
Yeah, is it the Bible? I don't know, dude. Nah, I
What
read,
was in it?
dude, I can't even tell you the beginning of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll
Well,
remember it.
then why does it matter?
I'll remember it later. I was gonna say because I've read it, but I read
Oh,
that.
well, good job.
I've read the
What I did
Bible.
for you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't remember everything I read. Sorry, I'm not Riley. You know. Sorry, I'm not Riley out here referencing a book he read 3 years ago in a minute way. Like third chapter, fifth line down.
I'm
This
not that good. Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
not
I had to
that.
go on an epic journey to collect the 7 stones to put in my belt in order to maintain peace within the kingdom, you know?
Are you talking about Del Toro Quest?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Damn.
A motherfucker read those books though.
You're damn right.
Yeah, I look. What
And
were you
it's
talking
not
about?
because it had an anime. I'm not a weeb.
Oh, we're talking about fucking cars.
Don't you
Oh,
fucking dare.
it is because you're a weeb. Actually, you said, "Is that from Japan?" Kawaii, sugoi desu.
Garugamesh.
You said, "I'm gonna only read this book because I saw it in Japanese." I saw the Japanese voice actors for it. I don't know, man. What were we talking? We were talking about fucking cars. How did we get to imams?
I think that I made a very weird joke about imams. I think that was the
Oh.
there.
Oh, I don't know. I do want to practice Ramadan once. I think that'd be fun.
Hey,
Only
knowing the intricacies of other cultures is important.
Yeah, it's also like one of the most dreaded time periods for a lot of people, like who practice, because it's like it's like an entire month of like fasting,
Yeah.
praying,
Not eating, it's rough times.
Yeah,
I
isn't
just
it?
won't do it.
You won't do it.
I would never do it.
I get that. There's
Like, I already have had issues with like not eating when I was in college with Riley.
oh
Like, I'm
yeah,
not gonna push my body any further.
yeah. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Both Maxie and I definitely have eating disorders.
No.
Yeah, yes.
I just don't. I just have depression.
That causes an eating disorder.
Yeah, that can be eating good disordery. Yeah, that can lead to some disordered eating here and there.
I'm poor, but that still led to my eating disorder. Yeah.
I don't think something that's not medically diagnosed by a doctor should be stated to the public as general fact.
I don't care about your HIPAA laws. Fuck you.
I'm gonna kill you.
he's going to Hippocratic oath your fucking kneecaps if you don't recant your statement there.
No, you definitely have it. We both do. I don't know how it happened. I guess because we were poor growing up sometimes. Didn't have a lot of food. I don't know. Hard to think about. Hard to pinpoint it. Maybe that's why my brain doesn't work.
Just eat more.
True.
Maybe.
Eat more. Get more thick.
Honestly.
Yeah, I'm
Go
trying to be
hard
rounded
and
out.
mode.
I'm trying to stand up and turn to the side, and I have two cantaloupes in my pants. You know what I mean?
No. No. I don't know what you mean.
I want my
cantaloupe mode.
I want my shit to be poking out so far people mistake it for a shelf, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Max is just like shuddering outwardly. Please, I'm begging you, stop.
Look, just because
I learned like a while ago.
Mhm.
You know, like the area above the genitals, like
the pelvic
on at
bone,
least woman. No, not the pelvic bone.
the mound,
but the mound of like fat and like I guess flesh.
the pubic mound.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's called the mons pubis.
The what pubis?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, or the fupa, or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
fupa is
yeah.
fat upper pussy area.
Is that really what it's fucking
Yeah,
called?
Yeah.
that's
No,
really what
that
it's
can't
called.
be right. No,
No,
Yeah.
you were like, yeah.
No,
So,
it's
you,
it's pubic.
you were
Oh,
like,
thank God.
you were like,
I thought you were.
you,
Oh, I thought you were fucking with me, but you're
dude,
only half wrong.
dude, you were
I
like,
was so upset.
you were like,
I was so upset that I thought
I'm
I
He
heard
was
some random fucker.
dripping with sweat.
I thought
dude,
some random fucker said this shit. But no,
dude, he did.
WebMD is fatty upper pubic area.
Oh, dude, I've only
Not
known it as,
pussy, you fucking. Oh, that made me shudder.
dude.
That made me shudder.
Look, man.
No.
Look, man, I'm telling you, I've
I'm
only
not
known
trying
it.
to be that guy, you know.
No, I'm trying to. I genuinely thought it was just like a slang for fat
No,
upper, you know.
And Dictionary says that, yeah.
Yeah, because like you know, like even Ethan Klein from the H3 podcast says "fupa troopa," you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't
Hell
want to
yeah.
be related to that guy.
Fuck yeah.
Sorry, let's just edit this one out.
Max is like, no, I wanna fucking hit the hard eject button here.
I'm
Get
letting
me
it
out of
ride.
this reality.
I'm letting it
Take me back to early this morning.
I'm letting it ride. I'm not worried.
You want to go for the fucking like the
Mons
you're
pubis.
hitting the
There we go.
back to the
I'm only gonna
future
say that.
sound.
Are you saying?
Just back in time?
Like, I
before you
learned
had
that
any
was
known.
the thing a while ago. Because let me tell you, some people are fucked up with their art.
Can you
I
spell
mean,
this
you
out?
know.
Can you spell it out? What is it? The what pubis?
MONS, like Pokemons.
Oh, that's sick. Like Digimon.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Digimon,
The Digimon's
pubis.
pubis.
Digimons, yeah. That's
Somewhere
another
like
thing.
Yeah.
Fluff is getting an erection.
Yeah, watch out, son. That's another thing entirely. Might not want to get everyone's hopes up.
I think the
You-
last 3 days, Fluff just kept sending me some fucked up furry porn.
Dude, I can't.
I mean, that's just my every fucking day, you know.
He
Uh,
sent me
the,
like
the Atlanta International Airport incident is fresh in my mind.
he sent me a great Jaggy, but like there's nothing
Oh, God.
sexual about it, but you just fucking know. You
There's
know,
something here that
yes,
is terrible.
motherfuckers are cranking to that.
Yo, this is
Hold on, I'm
beyond
sending
me.
it to you.
This is beyond me. I don't even know what you're talking about.
No, I don't want to know. The viewers need not. Why'd you send it to me?
I thought you were gonna send it to
I
me.
thought you were sending it to Chase,
'Cause
not me. Why am I
No,
catching
no.
these strays?
Both of you gotta see it.
Look,
No,
dude,
I fucking don't.
Like, tell me
I'm not.
there's nothing sexual about it.
No,
but
we're
there's
not.
something sexual
We're-
about it.
We're not
You
doing
know what
that.
I'm saying.
That could be. We're not doing this, no, sir.
Yo,
Like,
Oh, thank
yo,
you.
I'm hitting the
are.
eject. I'm hitting the
We're
eject.
hitting the eject.
Tell me you
I'm
don't
hitting
see
the
what's
eject.
happening here.
No,
You know damn well what Fluff was
don't
trying
want-
to do.
This is okay. You know, we were talking about QAnon adjacent things in the last episode. This is somehow QAnon adjacent.
I agree. Because
You are bringing me
can't say
into
it
a
because I'm
terrible
getting fucking. I would have to be
conspiracy.
clipped out. I can't say what I think. I'm being silent.
yeah, you gotta call up Elon Musk, tell him you're
Yeah.
being silenced for your fucking horrible crimes.
Oh, I'm
against
gonna
art.
DM you the fucking text.
No,
No.
don't fucking DM me the rest. God damn it.
Oh no! Don't send me the furry porn. No,
Okay,
ew.
look, you don't fucking know the horrible shit that they fucking do.
That sounds like what you're. How you responded sounds like that. Oh no! Don't send me that, Maxie.
like you're hitting
Yeah.
me like I'm fucking. I sound like the guy from the fucking room.
I don't think
like,
it sounds
hey,
like
Mock,
this.
have you ever
Yeah.
heard of Renamon?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, who's Renamon?
Oh, fuck.
Dude, this is a great bit. I love that bit.
Oh god.
Holy
Speaking of
shit.
the room, you know, I think Maxie wanted to throw me in the Thunderdome
Oh,
for
Jesus.
my opinion on
Yeah, fuck you.
quote-unquote
Skinamarink
bad
sucks.
movies.
This is
Alright,
from
yeah,
last time we ended with we're gonna talk about some movies. Well, Skinamarink
Yeah.
in particular, but we're probably gonna devolve into other one. Skinamarink sucks.
Yeah.
I'm saying it. I'm saying it
Look.
outright. I don't care enough.
Look, man. There's
I'll
a
take
lot.
some heat from some random weird film nerds if you ever listen to it. I don't care. I don't respect your opinion either. You will not change me.
I feel like the same people that like Skinamarink for horror. Sorry, Riley, not offending you here, not targeting you, but I think the same
I'm
people.
going to be catching the strains here anyway. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think the same people that like Skinamarink for horror are the same people that like Citizen Kane. For any reason, you know what I mean? Same thing. It's just like
Never
so.
seen Citizen Kane.
Don't. I'm gonna say it. Don't.
Don't.
I don't. I'm saving.
I could form my nuanced opinion, but let's get Riley's thing on it first.
On Citizen Kane or Skinamarink?
I would say.
All right, boxing match.
I like both to.
Oh, you are so full of it. This
the Four Horsemen cage match has begun.
This
I'm
motherfucker.
facing down Arn Anderson and Ric Flair alone.
This motherfucker. Hold on. You read books and you watch movies that are 3 hours long. Oh my god.
Okay, all right.
Well, all right, go ahead.
But it's like under a thin veil of irony.
All right. Oh yeah, that's right. I'd only do it because it's ironic. Get the fuck out of here. I'm coming after both of you. I'm coming after both of you.
15 times like I have?
No, I think you have a mental disorder. I think you have a mental. I think that's literal brain damage.
Broken inside of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's.
I just enjoy that.
I don't think that's ironic.
Deeply broken, Max.
Okay. So
well, it started off ironic, but I found a genuine appreciation of it.
We have in the left. We have in the left corner.
This is really Kino, you know.
It's like how dressing up in like skirts used to be ironic.
Oh, and then you found out you were trans? Yeah. Yeah. Right?
Fair. But unironically, I like Skinamarink because I have a brain disease that attracts me to terrible things, but also because I kind of appreciate weird shit that does not play by the traditional rules of cinema. To an extent, I would give an asterisk that if Skinamarink was 10 minutes longer than it was, it would go from, oh, this is kind of a neat little experiment to, I hate everything about this and I will drop a nuke on Halifax, Canada to prevent this from being made again. However, I think the main problem with Skinamarink is capital. That's right. I'm somehow bringing leftist thought into this. The way that you get things distributed in most cinematic ways is it's got to hit the tight 90. It's got to be 90 minutes at least or over in order to hit traditional means of like pay-per-view or streaming services, or they're not going to look at it. And for some people, that's why they make movies as long as they do. It's a 60-minute idea stretched out into... How long is Skinamarink? I don't even
140.
remember.
God
140.
damn.
So a little bit more than 90, to be perfectly honest. Probably over the comfort zone. What most people would tolerate from a movie, like Skinamarink, to be honest. But you can't get that shit. No one's gonna sniff at it or look at it if it's 60 minutes long or 80 minutes. Or 80 is the lowest that I've seen that a lot of streaming services pick up, unless it's some direct to DVD thing made by Warner Brothers. You're probably not gonna get a peek at that kind of shit. A lot of movies suffer from that. The really dog shit one-shot perspective movie that me and Maxie watched a part of. That movie is 94 minutes long when at most it should be 70 minutes.
And I don't think that movie was bad, but it definitely was hindered a lot by doing the thing to be different. Which is kind of what I'm getting at, I think, which is what I'm going to lead into. Doing something because it's different doesn't mean it's good. It means you're doing something to be contrarian on a usual aspect. We know things that kind of work in cinema. The one long continuous shot for that movie, not Skinamarink, by the way, the other movie, I don't remember the name to it. It didn't work and it sucked. And it was only bad because of the continuous shot. It was just hard to watch.
I So I have a question. So you like Skinamarink, Riley? You like Skinamarink, but you think that if it went on longer, you wouldn't like it.
I think that like whatever length that it hit, like 140 is like about as much as I think it should have gone or could have gone before like it's just way too much. And I don't think that
Yeah.
like there's enough there as far as a concept to uh, how would I put it, to make the movie way worse. Like I think if they explained more as to what would happen, it wouldn't work because sometimes horror, the only reason it works is that you don't know what's happening and it's really weird and unsettling. And trying to like lore dump of like, you see, the real monster? That's right, it was all a dream. Or the real monster? Trauma. Or it's the real monster? It's a fairy. Yeah, it would be kind of dumb. And it being weird and freaky and vaguely metaphorical
But
is better. And I understand that it doesn't work. That's
no,
fine.
but I'm saying it does that though, because
Yeah.
the monster was trauma. Still,
Mhm.
it still did.
Well,
that.
I'm saying like more literal with it than just like way
Like
more
a
literal.
metaphorical.
Oh,
Something
even
like
then,
the
like
Annabelle movies do that shit where it's like
I haven't seen that.
I've
I
seen
haven't
the
seen them.
Annabelle movies.
I don't watch movies. Like
the
the thing
Annabelle
with
movies or like Blumhouse stuff, does kind of something similar where it's like we
Yeah.
got the lore of come
Blumhouse
sock
Five Nights
Jack
at Freddy's coming out. You ready for that one? Those red tinted eyes.
I'm ready for it.
Oh.
I think that Annabelle does the thing, like all of those movies do the thing where they like are just like the next movie is a continuation of the same movie and it's like trying to deep dive into the somewhat like pseudo interesting lore that it has. Like it's interesting because it could be, right? I don't know. This is a really niche topic to talk about, like well, Skinamarink is kind of niche to begin with, but I just
No,
have.
it's not. It hit the fucking box office and made millions.
Well, yeah, but
I didn't like it. Well, it hit streaming services and made millions. It didn't really go into like a lot of theaters.
Yeah.
Like Terrorizer made millions. Skinamarink didn't really make a shitload of money outside of just the streaming rights and stuff like that.
Skinamarink made more than 1.5 million
on
debut. I'm telling you, like this isn't a small thing. Like, but like for me,
I mean, like that's kind of like again, that's also just festival stuff. Like I don't think it's wrong or bad that the dude made it got like 1.5 million.
No, I don't think the money's bad either.
Well, we're just saying like a niche. I was saying that was his response.
I don't think it's niche if it made $1 million. Like I think it's.
I think it is.
It's like mainstream enough that people have made.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Not like it's not like.
Yeah.
You don't got to be under a rock, like in your own little bubble to know what Skinamarink is. Like, but for me, the movie's 140, but the concepts all draw from like YouTube horror and like ARG and like random like shit that like I delve into on a pretty much like daily basis because I have nothing better to do than watch random YouTube videos about scary things because there's nothing else going for me in my life. Like
found footage has existed for much longer than just YouTube.
Yeah, but like the genre it's really playing off of is like alternate reality and like what the oh no, I can't think of the name.
Are you talking about like the back room?
Yeah, like backroom stuff and like like just things akin to that nature. I don't remember what the specific genre of YouTube horror it is because I'm dumb.
That's also an old horror trope as well. Just like being in a place that is like not like that is
real,
different or being spirited away to some.
Well, it's like when I talked about
liminal space.
Liminal
horror.
spaces, like liminal spaces, like that's what it is. Like liminal space horror, like to like fluff, and they're like, oh yeah, I thought liminal spaces was like the spaces in between. I'm like, no, man, like, yeah, like that's the definition on Google. That's the definition, like, when you go out and, like, you're searching for it on Google, like, what the definitions are. But it is expanded long beyond that at this point. Like, liminal spaces are literally empty spaces, like, that exist, that bring an uncanny valley feel.
Oh, yeah, like uncanny valley,
it's transitional. It's not because it's, like, a transitional space between something known and unknown, which could have a part in it, I'm sure, for some of them. but it's just like it's expanded well beyond that style of horror, or not even horror at this point, because like even some people like seeing liminal spaces and they think it comforts them. I think there's something wrong with them, you know, or yeah, but I don't think there's like, you know, but speaking of to that point, it's doing like going back to the original thing. It's an hour and 40 minutes.
Hmm.
These YouTube shorts videos like do it more concisely and have a better impact for a viewer experience within 20 minutes. And you can blame things like, yeah, they have to have the hour 30, which I'm not saying isn't the problem, you know, like, yeah, fuck them for making movies have to have a time limit. But like it really feels like this person, well, I don't know who made it at all, and I don't want to like throw shade. It's to be mean if they ever hear it or whatever, but like it felt like the trauma was a secondary aspect. The things that worked within the movie went on for far too long in order to meet that time.
Hmm.
And overall, like the things in like substantively that were like impactful lost their charm because it didn't do much with it. Like there was a scene where they're looking for their mom and she's sitting on the bed in the room or whatever, and then like they lead up and it's like building up and it's like building up for a jump scare or something freaky happening, and they're looking at her and then they look away and it takes like 10 seconds to look away and then they look back and she's gone, and then you think to yourself, oh man, something's gonna happen and it's going to justify me spending 30 plus minutes right now into the movie because it's only like halfway through the movie this happens, and then nothing happens. And then as soon as it happened, when I was watching it with everybody, I lost all interest in the movie because I realized nothing was going to happen.
Yeah. I think,
It was literally just a liminal space horror that had no substance outside of weird camera angles.
well, I think another
And
thing, if I can, like, another thing about this is like kind of what you were saying earlier, like liminal space horror and like found footage horror uh, exists in a cultural space online now that when it's taken out of that cultural space, I think it no longer feels authentic to the culture of it. It's like when Hamilton does rap, you
Right.
know?
Like there's a lot of different cultures that still make a lot of really, really good like found footage horror movies and have been for like a really long time. It's
Yeah.
just it's far easier to hook, line,
Yeah.
sinker, wrap it all up in 20 minutes than it is to actually plan and write and shoot a movie, for 80, 70 to like 90 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's like trying to evoke an emotion that can only be evoked from you randomly scrolling.
Bigger movies, things like God, what is it? There's a whole bunch of different ones, but it's like the Flesh Snakes series or whatever the fuck it is, like the Meat Planet or whatever the fuck. I don't remember the
Mm-hmm.
goddamn name. But it's like that whole series is like 53 minutes long, like start to finish. And it's
Yeah.
way easier to plot to kind of just shove everything in with kind of the analog VCR kind of liminal space horror in over 50 minutes, and when you're only having to do like chunks of maybe 8 minutes per time, than just actually planning and shooting out like multiple locations and things like that for like trying to make a mockumentary footage. I mean,
I,
found
Yeah.
footage goes back as far as like
I think that goes
92.
hand in
Yeah.
hand with my point, though. Like, they're doing
Yeah.
this 50-minute film over the course of 8-minute chunks, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, typically like
Yeah,
that's
so
kind of how this sort of things go.
Skinamarink didn't really do that. The whole thing was a cohesive 140, pretty much. There was like
Mhm.
no real definitive like chunk. This was a scary section. Chunk. This was a scary section. Because like I think if it did play more into like 20-minute segments of just like hyper fixation on like you know for a fact this thing will make you unnerved, and then you
Yeah.
just jut to something else
Yeah.
afterwards, that would have been more impactful than just like the dark hallway and like, mom, dad, like for an hour. And like, yeah, I guess you know, he's trying to lead at the like abuse relationship or whatever, but like again, it seems like a post hoc justification to put that
Well,
in rather than like
and with that, like with I mean, this is a thing that happens in a lot of horrors too. And again, I'm not like saying that it's a bad movie or this or that, like because I don't really care about Skinamarink, and I don't even care to like watch it fully or anything. It's not really my wheelhouse of what I like to watch. Like I just know I won't like it, so why even watch it? But like at least for this subgenre of horror, like I don't even like backroom videos like as much as when I initially was introduced to it. As I feel like I don't feel like it's overdone. I just feel like it's just not for me. But like Skinamarink, um to an extent, Skinamarink, from what I am gathering or I've garnered from listening to both of you talk, seems like a valid attempt at capturing something that's usually consumed in a different medium, and falls flat because of that at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but the whole it just seems. I mean, you're always going to get with every movie where people like try to justify like this is the best thing ever because it's like not like adhering to social conventions that are like normal within theater.
Yeah.
But I don't think like my personal gripe is like why does that matter? I
Uh,
guess when it comes to like because
uh,
I get it. I just don't, you know.
well, I will say it's not even like going too far off of like what's conventional to like like 140 runtime is not like unheard of. And like the idea of having a horror at 140 isn't unheard of. Like the things in I don't know, in movie making, like that's still appropriate. It may not be to the status quo of like, a script being 90 minutes. But I mean, there's still movies. I mean, there's a movie with that what the hell is his name? Scorsese is coming out with that's like 4 hours long or some shit, and it had like a standing ovation. Yeah, you'd have a standing ovation if I watched a 4 hour movie too. I'd give you one because my legs are asleep because it's 4 hours long. The fuck? I mean, I don't care how good the movie is. It's 4 hours. That's like watching the Lord of the Rings. You know? Except that doesn't have like the whole like, oh, I'm getting ready to watch Lord of the Rings. That doesn't have the whole like vibe of like I'm about to watch two major wars unfold. I don't know. I feel like the conventions. I don't feel like people really care about nobody's watching Skinamarink at the Sundance Film. In this scenario, it's not like.
Well, it was a festival movie, so
Well,
technically speaking.
Well, I'm saying it now, like in streaming.
I would have fucking left.
I mean,
this is a good festival.
I mean,
guys.
like,
I mean-
you're not going to a horror festival.
yeah, I was about to say.
Why I would. I mean, I'm a scaredy cat, right?
No.
But, like-
I couldn't sit through. You ever been to an open mic comedy club?
Oh hell, yes, one time.
Yeah, it's the
Because of
same
Wild Man.
vibes. It's the same vibes because when you go to like a film festival, you can get shown the next best movie you've ever seen, or a movie you wish you could turn off, or somewhere in between. That's
Oh my
just
God,
all right.
Remember when we went to the bar and there was a
Oh
guy
my
doing
God.
like stand-up comedy and it just fell flat the entire time because he was just making fun of women in like the most stereotypical way. Were you
Dude,
there for that?
Yeah,
Oh, it was so fucking funny. Not because he's funny, but because it was cringe.
dude, it makes my skin crawl. Open mic comedy is probably the lowest tier of comedy alive. Like you will either get the next Chris. This is the same thing with any festival. You'll either get the next Chris Rock coming up there doing his great set, or sorry, let me think of a better one, like Richard Pryor. Like you either get a Richard Pryor wearing his red suit, or you get some dude complaining about how his wife hates him for like 10 minutes.
Hey, that old
Bitch
broad.
wife.
Oh,
Hey, yo.
You old broomstick, you.
Yo, boomstick. Marzipan.
Chachi.
The cheat?
God,
You got grounded?
Homestuck.
Homestuck.
No, Homestuck. Goddamn. I got blocked off his curse, man.
Oh no.
Somehow reaching from the void. It's like, say Homestuck instead of Homestar, you bitch.
Oh,
Homestuck.
speaking of random internet stuff, I can't believe Homestuck got popular with like teenage girls. I
I can.
literally can't.
I can.
I can.
How?
I can.
But
Oh,
but the
buddy
entire
can
lead up,
Oh,
never.
the
oh,
entire
buddy.
lead up was all
You don't
programming
understand.
jokes.
Buddy,
There was
you.
like
Oh
nothing.
no, dude.
Do you know how
Oh, buddy.
long they would have to bear through programming jokes in
Oh,
order to
buddy.
like get to the stuff
Dude,
that like they're actually
brother,
drawing
dude.
fan fiction about?
Yeah.
There are people who have done deep dive histories on to try to find the mystery of why the fuck that shit got popular. I have seen people be like, all right, what the fuck is Homestuck? And it's like the fucking Charlie Day like conspiracy map condensed into like a 3-hour video about Homestuck. I have never had the heart to watch that shit. I don't
Dude,
ever want to fucking figure out why.
dude, they're
It's like
okay.
H.P. Lovecraft, but less racist. It's just I don't want to find
I
out
don't
the
know about
mystery.
that one.
I look, look. You obviously haven't listened to a lot of K-pop stands. No, I there's a huge overlap of like Tumblr and like Homestuck and also K-pop and deviant art that like I will never delve into at any point in my life, and I will assume like most things that go wrong, like if I stub my toe, it's a psyop.
It's a psyop.
This
Alan Dulles
yeah
from the
You know, I
fucking
think I
grave
want
has
to
like
agree.
reached into the aether to
Yeah.
make Homestuck popular.
and for me to stub my toe on the coffee table that I moved
Yeah.
previously the earlier that day.
Yeah,
It's a
the more I
psyop.
think about it, the
That
things I don't
motherfucker.
like online are all psyop.
I'm not joking. You're not wrong. The majority of them,
I'm being
the majority of
100%
them,
honest.
yeah. Like you cannot tell
I
me.
wish I was being ironic. Right now,
Yeah.
I am being genuine.
Yeah, you can't tell me some of this shit is popular. You cannot convince me that Hamilton became popular because it was a good Broadway show. You can't convince me to like. You can't convince me to watch Saturday Night Live. You can't convince me to watch Jimmy Fallon. I even like Jimmy Fallon. He is the most agreeable host, and he's openly an alcoholic. And like, dude, the fact that out of all of the late night show hosts, Jimmy Fallon is the most likable to me. I don't know, dude. That's a psyop. I'm joking, but I'm also not. I'm also deranged. Like
Yeah, I think we should go into our
You're
deranged
joking
art.
and you're just cooking yourself all at the same time. Let's go.
yeah. This is
It's
me.
like when you watch
Cooking,
that one
that's right,
video.
psychosis.
It's like when you watch that one video about like why Mexico is.
Oh, dude,
why
that was
Mexico
for
hasn't
sure.
expanded into the like from the like their area or whatever, and it's just like this is a psyop.
Have you watched that video, Riley? It was a video I
have
did
not,
with
but I
Maxie.
assume that it would only make me upset.
Yes.
So I'm not
Don't
so,
do it.
so keen
Oh,
on
it's
it,
that
you know?
bad. It's actually that bad.
He literally says that Mexico
bring
doesn't
the
have
video.
cards. He says Mexico doesn't have cars because it doesn't have roads. And because it doesn't have roads, it doesn't have cars. As if that was the reason why public transportation in Mexico was bad. Because they don't have individual cars that they literally cannot afford.
Missing links there that I think.
Oh no, he
you
brought up
might
the
need
wars.
to-
It just didn't matter.
He also related the cartels in Mexico to Afghanistan. And said
Taliban, more
the Taliban.
specifically.
Yeah, sorry, the Taliban. And I was
And in
like,
order to have better infrastructure, they need a police state.
yeah, they need a military police state that oversees even oversees all of its border control. That's what he was insinuating. That it was because people coming up from what, like Chile or something. I forget which countries he references. Dude, that video is
It's not
trash.
Chile, it's Guatemala, I think.
It doesn't matter because it's
Nah,
wrong.
One of the lower countries. I think it's Guatemala, but it's probably not. It's either like Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala. Those are three kind of big Central American states that come up towards. But like, that's not.
I mean, he was referencing deep
I'm
South
not even
America.
I'm not gonna try to understand, right? Like it's
No, it was a psyop. It was
That shit
literally a
has, like,
psyop.
millions of views, so it's like it's just like again.
It was a
not to
state.
be unhinged. It's a psyop.
It was a state-sponsored video. It was literally like the most like pro-America, like like Mexican
Oh yeah,
people.
because it kept insinuating that doing trade with America was good for your economy and like
Because-
good for you personally. It's just like no.
And being paid nothing is good for you because that means business is going to be there. Like, that's literally what the video led to. Look, I'm sorry, Riley, that I'm bombarding you with all this information, but I just want you to know that everyone you don't like is a psyop, and this is proof.
My coworkers that suck and keep spitting dip into my trash can. Psyop, that's right.
I agree.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
literally a psyop.
Dude, I want to be
Setup.
I want to be mentally deranged. Can I just like flip a switch, please? How many I don't know. How many Alex Jones videos
Enter the
do I have
K-hole.
to watch?
I don't want to fucking see an Alex Jones video. It just kind of reminds me of the time that a former what would you call it? A former person me and Maxie once knew of at one time, like, to prove that Alex Jones was funny. Like,
Oh no.
pulled out his phone in the middle of like a Mexican restaurant
Oh
and
no.
started like playing Alex Jones videos, and like everyone at the table's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Hey
Cut
man,
that shit out.
turn that shit off. That's
Yeah, it was,
so
what
fucking
the hell
weird.
is your fucking deal? Turn that shit off, you fucking weirdo.
No
He's like,
social.
"Oh, fucking-"
No social interaction
Yeah.
whatsoever. Like outside of that. You know what's funny? Maxie and I met the former ambassador of Japan at a Mexican restaurant once and ate with him.
That's cool.
Yeah. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was cool. He was chill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about his hidden crimes.
Yeah, I don't want to think about
His
it.
hidden crimes.
Yeah, I don't want to think about his embezzlements that he definitely was a part of. I'm not saying... I don't know if you can get in trouble in Japan for me saying that. I am joking. This is a joke. Please do not come for my man.
Everything in all of
Parody,
our
satire.
things are satire. You would have to
That's
be a
right.
fool
They're
to believe
satire,
anything.
and they are in fact a psyop. That's right.
Yeah.
Of course, yes.
Okay. I'm going to move on from this topic.
You're right.
Yeah. Anyway, so Skinamarink sucks. Riley, you're dumb. Maxie's based.
All right.
No, I'm
I will
kidding.
accept that I'm, of course, thoroughly owned here.
Yeah,
I
owned
can't
by
believe
facts and
how
logic.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think
So
horror...
let's just say you went to a movie and you expected 1 hour and 40
And you were expecting 90 minutes, but in fact, it was much longer than
Dude.
90 minutes.
Dude. Yeah.
Let's say that you went to a horror film festival and you expected 2 gay cowboys kissing over pudding. But instead, what you got was several hundred minutes of watching a dark room. I
Let,
want my money back.
let's say you go
Say
to a...
you went to a horror film festival and you wanted to pretend to be scared in order to lean on your attractive feminine partner. But the movie was so boring, she fell asleep.
Let's say...
She did
Let's-
not even let you hold your hand because, quote, your hands are greasy from the Slim Jims you ate before you came into the
let,
It's greasy from Slim
Listen,
gotta
some
take
of
it out
those,
of
some
the
of those
entire
Macho
pack and
Man
just
sized
squeeze
Slim
it.
Jims are real greasy, Maxie.
Yeah, but you gotta take it out of the like casing and just start squeezing it.
Dude,
Yeah,
do you ever-
just really you gotta just go move it up and down so it snaps in a little bit easier. So
Hey,
instead of
man.
that snap, it's nice and like pliable.
I don't eat
Gotta-
meat
gotta
like that.
Grind it into a pretzel shape, like that. Make a poodle out of the Slim Jim before you bite into it.
I don't eat meat like that anymore, but there are some stipulations with eating a Slim Jim that are quite bad. Like the dynamic of the Slim Jim wrapper and the Slim Jim itself. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna feel for Ben Shapiro accidentally making his hands all greasy from eating the Slim Jim. It's the only relatable thing about him. But
Giving it the twist and shout, and accidentally just getting Slim Jim grease all over his mitts.
yeah, I I think that the package for the Slim Jim sucks. I think
I
like
agree.
yeah, ripping it open and then like if there's excess grease, it just like spills out of it. Oh my god, it's so gross.
You're making me.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna gag. I'm actually gonna gag.
You're getting a little queasy thinking about.
Have you
this
seen the
Slim Jim
same
wrap.
thing but with like pickles?
Oh, the pickle
Oh, yeah,
wraps?
yeah.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
the
yeah,
hell are
yeah.
you supposed to
Pickle in the
eat
bag?
these?
Yeah, brother,
Oh my
that's
god,
juice
the hot
everywhere.
pickle in the bag. Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
Like I'm not opposed to you eating them, but like how?
Oh, dude, this is bringing up some of my favorite topics. You ever been to New York and you're like in New York and they have the pickled eggs? Like the corner store has
No.
pickled eggs and you can just get a pickled egg and then go into a cab.
No.
It is the most New York experience I think you could ever have. Is grabbing a fucking
Oh.
pickled egg and then walk like from a corner store and then walking directly into a cab and touching everything while eating the pickled egg. It is so gross. I don't know how that
Well, one
exists.
time when I was in Japan, I went to a winery and I got so fucking drunk on the wine that I was really hungry, so I bought cheese and I like opened the cheese in the car that we were in from some
Oh
dude
my
who drove us
God.
there. Oh man, I started eating it. I was so hungry. And I just thought about like, man, his car probably smelled like cheese for a few days. And I felt a little bad, but it was so good. That's kind of what it reminded me of.
Mm-hmm.
Getting big cheesy hours, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say no
Sometimes
different than
when you're-
hosting a Super Smash Brothers tournament. Same
Like,
outcome.
I am sorry,
Yeah,
but like, that was some good cheese.
Uh,
You gotta believe me.
I
I was so sloshed too though. Like the girls didn't want their fucking wine because like it wasn't sweet enough for them. But
The
like or
girls?
something. I don't fucking know. Yeah, the girls didn't want the fucking
bro,
wine.
you're saying it like
I'm
you're
sitting
like
there like women love wine.
women
And I'm
love
just
wine.
like finishing off their shit, and I'm like, oh my god. I probably
Women
drank around 5 cups of wine
women love wine and shopping
and sushi.
and
they-
sushi.
Yeah, they
I
love it.
love that.
Well, listen, yeah, exactly. How else are you gonna eat the wine but with some nice fish?
Dude,
Dude.
Delectable fish with your wine.
it was so rough. I was like, damn, I really overestimated how much wine I was going to be drinking. Underestimated, because that was a lot of fucking wine.
I've drank a lot of
It's
wine
really good,
before.
though.
I've had a wine party.
I'm not a wine guy.
I like wine. I like white wines. I like buttery white wines that taste good. I don't like that shitty, sour, bitter ass red wine. We're on the white wine side over here. I can't do it.
Team white wine.
Was that?
I said, yeah, exactly. Team white wine.
Yeah.
Team red wine. Team white wine.
I'm team dessert
that
wine.
isn't really sweet. I can't drink dessert wines. You know.
Like
It's too much
that's the
sugar.
only thing I can do, because I just don't like. Because when I'm drinking it, I have the little child mentality of like, I just want to be drinking grape juice. You know,
That's
like,
so
this kinda
true.
You gotta.
Because
sup
otherwise,
when you're
right-
supping from Jesus' blood, you want
'Cause-
that
Yeah.
grape drink.
If
Yeah.
I want
Right.
alcohol, I'm
There-
literally going to be choosing tequila, right? I'm not
There
going to
he
be
was.
choosing wine.
The blood of God's Son and cheese in hand in the back of a cab. There he was.
Exactly.
The-
Above all else, you know, you sometimes you just crave the Eucharist at the strangest of times.
Yeah, all he's missing is the body. You know what I mean?
I'm so sorry.
That's the Slim Jim, you know.
I'm so sorry. What are you sorry for? Not having the bread of God?
I didn't mean to make the car smell like cheese.
You're a fucking asshole for that. If you came in my car and opened up, if you came in my car and you opened up a pack of cheese, you wouldn't hear the end of it from me.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't care what my car smells like anymore. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
No.
my car smells like cum.
Oh, bro, no. You got a serial killer around? Dude, no. Who's fucking your car, dude?
I'm just kidding. I just wanted to say it. I just wanted to say cum. I'm sorry.
Gotta bring it back around to Titan, but in a very weird way.
My car smells like cum. What a
Math of Titan.
yeah.
I don't know,
That's
my car usually doesn't smell like shit, and I don't have like. I hate air fresheners, so I don't
I
put them in my
love
car.
air fresheners. You know
Yeah,
the
because your car would smell like fucking donkey dick, fucking old Burger King having ass.
my car would smell like cat piss. Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry.
If I didn't have air fresheners. Look, I love air. I heard that they give you seizures, like some oil incenses and stuff like that can give you seizures, and I started buying them more. I don't care. I love the oil incenses. I love the fucking
I hate them.
the tree scented like rubber, you know?
Scents that I can smell, like, and not want to die, and like not have my sinuses kill me, are candles. And even then, some candles push.
Oh, that's right,
There's
because
some,
I
like,
burn
Bed
incense.
Bath and Beyond kind of oil
Yeah.
things,
Like
you know.
those things kill me. Like,
Yeah.
Nice, like teak wood and mint. you
Some
know.
what?
Maybe if it was like
Some
the oil
teak
sticks.
wood.
Oh, you're talking about the oil sticks.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold
Sorry, I
on.
was thinking of like burning incense. That
Did-
shit
No,
fucks
it
me up
sucks.
so bad.
Did
Oh,
you say
dude,
teak
Joey
wood?
burn- Yeah,
What's that?
it's like a very, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a I don't want to say herbaceous wood because
Is it like tea tree oil?
Yeah, sort of like
Okay.
It's just, you know, it kind of weirdly minty and nice. I don't know how to describe it.
I like tea tree oil.
If something smells like mint, I couldn't trust myself to not put it in my mouth once.
I get that. I have this peppermint lotion, and I swear to God, I lick my hands at least one time when I put it on
Same
once a
thing with
week.
like sweet pea and lavender.
Yeah, I'm a degenerate for anything mint smelling. Or lemon. Oh my God, if something smells like lemon, you know I'm. Dude, you can't. Oh my God, do not put Fabuloso near me. You know, do not put that floor
Do
cleaner.
not hit me with that Febreze.
Yeah, do not put that grape juice looking floor cleaner near me, that Pine
Give me
Sol.
that Drano.
Dude, I would
yeah, give me that tasty.
Is that not a
tasty
crime?
Febreze.
It
Is
should
that-
be a crime.
Yeah, is that not a crime?
Quit
Cuz
putting it in things that look like juice bottles.
bro, if I was a kid, I would have you know?
Supped, you know, you just supped.
You know, I know somebody
mean,
who
like, the
drank.
Tide
Really
Pod
supped the
challenge,
fuck out
like,
of that.
Tide Pods don't even look like candy, and they still did that shit. But now,
Okay,
this shit
hold on.
looks like candy.
Hold on. Cuz like Tide Pods, you hold one, that texture, I get it. You just want to bite it, you know? I get it. You just want, it's like a gusher, you know?
Maybe you do have.
Oh, you think because I have brain problems? You think that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, probably actually. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I
It's
just
just
think
weird.
I just think like that texture of a Tide Pod, like you just wanna, you know,
Oh
you
yeah,
just wanna.
something else that should be illegal. And Ryan got out, like, speaking of things that happen and should be illegal.
Uh-huh.
The thing me and Ryan talked about with you like that a few days ago, that if you get promised a product for anything,
that's so true.
even a video game, and they say something is in that video game and you don't get it, they should be sued.
I agree.
They should have some sort of comeuppance because it's disgusting.
Or at least
It's-
fined. You know,
yeah,
maybe
like
not a civil
something-
lawsuit, but like a fine.
Something to like tell them that's not fucking okay to lie to your customers.
Yeah.
And like putting out shit that doesn't work. Like the Nintendo company with like Scarlet Violet should have been fucking hammered with a lawsuit.
Like I haven't played Scarlet Violet, but I get the notion of it. Like anytime something's promised on like the back of the box, like I said this before with like World of Warcraft, how they put out Wrath of the Lich King, and they were like, yeah, you'll be able to fly in Winter Grasp. And like you play Winter Grasp, and it's like this shitty like 30-minute like handoff from one side to the next, and not even like a battleground. Like really, until like 17 years later. I don't know. That just feels like that feels like you scammed me. That feels like
No,
I'm
you got scammed. Yeah, like
yeah.
there's no ifs ands or buts about it, man. Like I don't, and like he was like Ryan was like relating it to like, oh, so you think they deserve to be as punished as much as like it's obviously not as evil as like gambling in your game. I'm like, I think that's a pretty moral grounds to say they're both
Well,
fucking evil.
well, to be fair too, that's whataboutism. That's what about gambling, right? Like I'm not talking about gambling. I'm talking about promising a product in a game and then like not delivering that promise at all. Like
Yeah, it's so weird. Like,
and we can
Yeah.
all like Riley. I'm sure Riley has like a game top of his dome right now that he can think of a game that he was like, "Oh, this game's gonna be sick," and then it came out and nothing was in it. Go ahead. What's on the top of the dome?
I guess like the platonic idea of like stuff that like I could say is like, and this is gonna sound really fucking dumb because like everybody says this, but it's like I guess Duke Nukem Forever is kind of up there, like
Yeah,
Gearbox coming out with this big thing. It's like, oh no, it's complete, it's complete, it's complete. It definitely works. It's not a scam. It's complete. It's not a scam. Do not believe anybody who tells you that it is a scam. It is a
Bro,
complete game that
I
definitely works.
think.
And
Sorry,
it just did not.
yeah.
I'm gonna cut you off here, but this is like in the front of my brain. I think I started hating video games when Spore came out.
Oh, that's so true.
Spore was pretty bad. Like there's still some people who really really like Spore. And
I really
I get-
like Spore,
But
but I don't.
I get it.
But I
to a
don't
certain
like it.
extent, but, like,
it's
But-
fine.
But remember what was
Technically.
promised? But do you remember
Yeah.
what was promised?
yeah,
I
exactly.
remember.
It's-
They should. There should have been a lawsuit. This shit, it's not a. I went into that. I played a day. I'm like, this game sucks. I was
Forget.
excited to play like a pseudo MMO, like creature creator that spanned into different genres of games,
Yeah,
and then it just wasn't good.
yeah.
And it was so watered down that it was laughable how bad it was.
I'm not to be the guy, but Maxi, is what you're asking for maybe checks and balances within capitalism?
Oh, I don't
Oh
know.
shit, dude. I don't know. That's crazy. Actually, you know what? I don't support it. I want
Things like that are
to
just
steal
crazy to me.
I want to steal people's money and get away
Like,
with
I
it.
don't know how you can like really translate it outside of like entertainment media. You know what I mean? Like you were promised something and then like
I
not given
mean,
it. But like
I mean, in other industries, it's just called fraud, and you get sued for it. So I mean,
yeah, that's
so
true. Like, you know.
so I
Like,
mean,
people there are like a lot of people. It was like another one was like the Steel Battalion Connect game is another one that's like it's like a kind of a low hanging fruit that everyone kind of like laughs at when like you kind of mention it, but it's very much a like, oh yeah, like this is a thing that like they made their like the front of the box big push lineup of like, we're Microsoft and we're this gimmick. It's not a gimmick. It's a real product. It's a real product that
Looking-
exists. We're not stealing your money. Do not believe anybody who is. Do not
Like
believe
earlier-
anybody who is telling you that we are stealing your money. It's
Like,
real. It's not
Meta.
a fake product.
like Meta is literally the epitome of people like everybody
Yeah,
who was
yeah.
involved in this thing should have no money by the end of it.
well, to be fair, they don't.
Well, you know what I mean.
I mean,
they should
yeah,
be
have
in
those-
jail and have no money.
Yes, I
They
agree.
That's like a lot of like the metaverse cryptocurrency kind of bullshit where it's like AI, but it's not actually AI. It's like a
Yeah.
Nigerian guy that's like typing in several things 1,000 times until like the thing that you want kind of seemingly magically appears, but it's not actually AI shit like that. Dumb bullshit, you know.
I mean, like, I like.
There is like a considerable, like undeniable, like lack of consumer protections for a lot of media products and just in general, you know, like.
Yeah, like I think Meta is the most egregious because obviously they lost billions and billions and billions of dollars sinking into a random project that had no life expectancy. And like kept promising like the next groundbreaking way to interact with your friends, and it's like a downgrade to Club Penguin. You know?
And it's like some weird Second Life clone, but like there's no porn, so what's the point?
Porn is explicitly forbidden.
I know a dude. You know a dude, Max. He used to live with us. I know a dude who like downloaded Second Life specifically for the porn. I
That
find that.
is what Second Life is for specifically. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, I don't know. I
Like,
didn't know anything
so
about
there's
it.
like a lot of social shit that people liked. There's like Second Life was real like weirdly good at like starting off a lot of people's like 3D art careers and shit like that. But
Whoa,
it's like
this is some lore.
that's kind of secondary to a
Yeah,
lot
like,
of the social aspects of like
and there's like a
all of it,
weird
you know?
credit system where you like spend real money to have credits in the game, and the credits in the game can be used to purchase assets other people have made. It's just like not
Oh,
good,
like CS:GO.
kind of.
Not really. It was like I would say that it's like I don't want to be like one of the crypto people's like it's a proto metaverse, but in reality it's more just like a proto PayPal almost for like
Oh,
a lot of stuff like that.
it's like a just a stand-in currency.
yeah, you know, it was an easy way for some people to make money, and
Mm.
Yeah,
some people
if
didn't
you
make money. There's a lot of crashes, a lot of really weird scams. Like it's a very interesting history behind it. There's a series by Means TV called not archiving worlds, but it's like, you know, saving worlds or something like that. That's like about like lost media and like digital media kind of like
Code
um
Lyoko.
no, like digital media
I'm ki-
archival purposes and stuff like that. That had like touched on Second Life briefly. That's a lot better at this than I would ever be. But it's like there's interesting things about it, but it's like it's the same thing as every other social kind of interaction game that you might have seen. Like that's like
Yeah,
more high end, really, but like more high end, way more niche hobby stuff
I
going
don't know.
around than just you know.
This borders like the talk that we had earlier about like Tumblr and stuff. Like where it's like I have no idea how this world got created and how the people who use it like are using it currently. Like it just feels so insane to
Well,
me.
that's the thing for Second Life, by and large. No one is using it. Like it's not like a completely fucking dead thing entirely, but you're not gonna get there. It's not like a growth industry. Like
Yeah.
whatever these fuckers who like push it say, there's no
it was a
growth
niche
to be
rather
had.
than a
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was a niche of a niche, you know,
That's
like
kind of a
it.
beauty, you know. That's kind of like a
Thought it was.
that's kind of like a miracle that something like that even existed. You know what I mean? It's almost beautiful in a way. It's a time capsule of humanity.
Yeah, it's one of those like you know too weird to live, too dumb to die, or something like that kind of shit. Where it's just like a
Yeah.
lot of this was just real strange and weird, and you kind of had to be there and get in on the ground floor for any of it to fucking make sense at all.
Yeah, I think I'm too young to even understand like the I don't
Like,
know.
because those kind of dynamics just don't fucking exist at all. Like, you know, they functionally don't exist
Like I
in
this
the
is
slightest. You know,
this is something we
in the
talk
modern like internet kind of, I guess.
this is something me and Maxie have arguments about all the time with like MMOs. Like they filled a space that like literally does not exist anymore. Like it's just a relic of a bygone time. Like MMOs do not have the same feeling whatsoever.
yeah.
And
There's
like
like people say shit like
Because
hey,
they're all supposed to be live services now, and like
yeah,
you're not like the stuff that what it takes to upkeep them and the way people interact with them has changed radically different from like
yeah.
what it used to be.
well, because now like you have people saying like shit like it's a bygone era of like it used to be like a community, but like I don't quite agree with them, but also yes.
Yeah.
It's because like it was a glorified chat room, right? Like
Yeah.
MMOs were glorified like areas where you like talked to people. Specifically, EverQuest was like you get a group of 5 people and you just sit there for fucking 5 hours, like killing something,
Yeah.
and like maybe have people rotate in and out every now and then. But like it's just again, it's just a glorified chat room.
Yeah. So it was just like a
You kill stuff
social.
along the way.
It was just like a social interaction that existed in I said earlier, like a time capsule kind of scenario where you're never gonna like re-experience that to an extent, you know? Like it just won't. Like you can get close to it by playing those games. Like you can play. I don't even know if they want people to talk about it. The
Like
game.
VR chat technically exists. Tower Unite has like a niche, but like those
Yeah.
niches are already filled. Like those things already exist. And by and large, people don't want to go out of those niches. People already like Tower Unite. People
Yeah.
already enjoy VR chat or Rec Room VR. And what you're offering them sucks in comparison. It's like a clear, cynical thing that is never, ever, ever going to be better than what they already have.
And it
Yeah.
kind of sucks too, because stuff like Tower Unite, like they're really good. It's just they're not. There's no content really. Like there's
Yeah.
no
Well,
excessive
Tower
amount of
Unite's like a
content.
fucking
It's like a solo dev,
Kickstarter,
right?
you
Yeah,
know?
like it's like a, but like so they're filling the niche. So it's like they're kind of screwed either way, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah, you're gambling and like doing random shit, playing mini games, just talking to random people with your virtual avatars and like downloading, uploading avatars. But like you're not going to get any better than something like Tower Unite. But
Yeah.
then like then if something does come along, it's going to kill whatever you had.
And I'm not
I don't know
saying.
if it will. Like it takes a level of like actual kind of skill and want and like community management that things like Meta or
Don't have,
is
yeah.
like
Yeah.
any of the fucking Web3 cryptocurrency bullshit just aren't ever gonna have. Is Doctor Disrespect's shitty ass Tarkov game really gonna have the community management necessary to like maintain a consistent population and ban like bad actors and cheaters and scammers? Really?
Depends on how much. Depends on how much Shungite's available.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut. I'm sorry. That's a deep cut.
I
Oh, okay.
understand kind of in a vague sense the deep cut, but I'm just kind of in general like what
Yeah.
the fuck.
I
What do you actually have? Why is this guy the guy with all the answers? Like,
Well, he has money. That's it, right? Like that. Like
yeah, but like money can't buy you good community management. Look at
no.
again, not to return to the last episode, but look at Twitter. Money
Yeah.
clearly can't buy you good community managers or people with experience.
But I do think that it can, because do you really think they're spending money to actively moderate their?
Yeah, I just think they're not spending money for it.
But that's what keeps those sorts of like areas and experiences alive and not constantly fucking dying. Like Tower Unite actually bans people, or at least occasionally bans enough people to not make it a complete fucking cesspool. Like, is Meta gonna do that shit? Is like the Sandbox or Decentraland going to do those things? I don't think so.
Well, like Meta bans people, but they have like an overarching like can't do this, can't do that kind of thing, kind of attitude. So it's like too much because they are like such a big company that they can't risk, certain things happening on their servers. Like you can't make certain jokes, you can't talk certain ways, and I'm not saying like you can't be racist, because like you can definitely do that, and depending on who the moderator at the Meta event is. But like what I'm saying is like, and I don't think you should be able to do those things very obviously. I have to preface that because you never know sometimes. But
you never know.
Yeah, but it's definitely weird that like I don't think Tower Unite and like WoW, for instance, I don't think they got to be the best MMOs, like, or not the best MMOs, but the best in their craft, like on purpose. I genuinely think it was people were just making something they liked, and they had constant uptime of like checking on it, moderating it, hiring out people. Like everything just seemed to work out, Like, I don't think you can actively create something on purpose like that. Maybe a single player game, but I think like when it comes to interaction and having people there, I mean, like look at Leroy Jenkins, you know, like that alone has spiraled so many people into WoW, has funneled people into checking out WoW, and that was somebody who's a part of the community. They couldn't plan that. You know what I mean? That's not like a it's not like a insider from WoW like planning it. Like, it was just some dude who was like a dumbass who was planning a skit, you know, with his friend group or whatever. You can't like, and the worst part is like communities rely off of this. They rely off of existing for people to find it, and like off of its nicheness and off of its like, I don't know, its ability to maneuver in a way that like games that are developed by big studios or big companies don't really have the ability to do. At least in like theory, right? Like I can't see how it works. You know what I mean? Like I can't
I
see.
do understand there's definitely like a lightning in the bottle effect for a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like
like
the one
yeah.
way that you don't do it is just like having no moderation and no attempt at community building and
Yeah,
being
yeah.
a clear cut, openly telling them with a big flashing neon sign over your head, I'm here to take your money, nothing more,
Also,
isn't a
please
great way to build a first impression, you know?
Also, please be a piece of shit. That's literally what it said. I'm a defender of free speech. Elon Musk somehow drools out of his mouth, you know? Like, okay. Okay, buddy.
Now,
Free speech.
excuse me while I unban the guy who is notorious for being banned off of Twitter for starting a harassment campaign of black female journalists.
Uh,
Freedom of speech, by the way.
I mean, like, also on top of this, too, I
So
think,
weird.
I also think, like, on top of this, too, it's like, oh man, I almost lost it. Hold on. Free speech. Oh, yeah, yeah. Here's what I was gonna say. You know, it's weird how like Facebook like created like a civil war, you know, and like led to
Yeah,
genocides and shit like that. But then like
hmm
like actively like knew about it and didn't do anything. And like then like what is Twitter going? Like you know, you ever think about that? You ever like doom thought like what's gonna happen because of this? That's going to be so bad. It's literally like on that level. Because it's gonna happen, right? Not to like doom, not to make it a doomer podcast again, but like it is scary to think like video games, entertainment, media, like everything, like the things I love, like in the world that make it like easy for me to exist, uh, are also like the home of the most horrendous shit imaginable, like the worst people, you know. I don't know, like is that crazy to think of? Like the WoW guild on classic servers that was like just literally like a Nazi guild. You remember that? You hear about that, Maxie?
Uh, I mean, I'm not surprised.
It was like one of the biggest guilds and they like harassed everybody and actually like actively ganked people and like dudes were like just saying the N-word casually in the guild chat and like somebody invaded it as like a as like an outstander or a stand or bystander, you know, and like reported the whole thing. It's insane. Like shit like that to me is insane. But it's also like this. It's what happens when you have. Okay, one, if Blizzard sees that in a guild, they should like instantly deactivate all their accounts. That's my opinion. But like you know, uh, that's fucked up. Like I don't know. I just feel like the entertainment industry and that level of like community being able to be built is a very powerful and also like a weird thing. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not trying to rant either. I just think about like that a lot. That comes up a lot. Where I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's the next like horrendous thing to happen because of unmoderated social networks. But yeah. I also like think that it's intertwined within gaming and everything. And then fantasy especially, you know? Like intertwined
Yeah.
within fantasy online.
True, true.
What you mean? My Hearts of Iron 3 players might not be the Most upstanding
Maxie,
individuals.
it's 4. I'll have you know, Maxie, that the New World Order mod is actually very left leaning. It's very nuanced actually.
Sorry, I get that a lot. I've had
Yeah.
this argument a lot of times. You can tell.
Hey man, there's a couple guys. Oh, I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. Oh, that was gonna rip. That joke was gonna rip too. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, pull it back, pull it back.
Yeah. Whoo. God. Oh, you can imagine. Just have a couple thoughts of what I could have.
Okay, yeah, I'll just kind of let it sink, you know.
Here, I'll do the. Let me do the nuanced one. Let me do the one that's not as bad. I don't know, man. The KK meeting has a few good guys. I mean, they're just nice guys, you know, outside of being racist and wanting to kill people. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you know, look, it's all clean fun.
Jesus Christ. I, is this it? Is this the end of the podcast?
Just slowly just circling the drain.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I don't know. Sometimes I'm not trying to like doom scroll and like doom post or whatever, you know, whatever buzzword the world is burning. But like at the same
Yeah.
time, you know, at the same time,
How
sometimes
are you
it's
supposed to talk about shit without talking about the bad stuff?
I mean,
yeah,
like
it's really hard.
like there's still like a lot of people who do genuinely want like their communities to be better and for things to not be awful, hideous trash all the time, 24/7. But like you know, it can be very hard to kind of connect with those people and extremely hard to get those people to like not be weird. Like there was a like a very controversial thing that I think this one podcaster that like, you know, like eons ago just basically kind of saying like don't just be normal.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
easiest way to kind of just like get people on your side and to not be awful and to not let yourself to not let yourself drown in the hideous of it all. So to kind of consider what is happening and be normal.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
think
that's all you can really do at a
It's
certain
crazy
point.
how be normal is like the end all beat all of it, I guess.
yeah.
Like, why can't you just be normal, be normal, be normal, and start shaking them over and over again? You know,
I want to do that to my coworkers all the time. Sometimes
'Cause,
it's
like-
very tough.
Dude,
I don't know.
you have no idea how bad I want to talk about things that I cannot openly talk about at the moment, but will talk about later on. I just know so many people that are just like unironically the worst people I've ever met. Like it bothers me to my core sometimes. Oh! I wanted to talk about. Let's talk about something uplifting really quick. Hold on. So I gotta be a best man for a wedding, and I gotta plan a bachelor party, and I've already planned out a lot of it. But holy shit, dude, I do not know what I'm going to be doing. Like,
You said that, and my face instantly like just blanked out, and I zoned out, and I got
you just saw the bye bye man.
yeah.
You
Welcome
just
to
saw the bye man.
I don't know,
The
man.
hat man grabbed you by the throat, and you're like, "Yep, here we go."
The umbrella man loads his gun. Look at all these mans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know the man. You know, it's the age of man.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do. Maybe that's a discussion for next time. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
okay.
All right.
I
All right,
understand.
well-
I don't think.
You don't think
No,
what?
that's it.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I don't
fair.
think.
That's so fair.
Dot,
That
dot,
is so
dot.
fair and valid.
True, bestie, true.
Yeah,
Speak.
that is a slay queen if I have ever heard it.
Exactly.
I don't think either. Oh my god. Okay. All right. I gotta stop because I gotta end. We gotta end the podcast. We went on. It's because of the Skinamarink.
You want to watch top 10 scary videos in the next podcast?
You want to watch Skinamarink in the
No.
next podcast? Oh,
Do you want me to come to your house and tape you to a chair and force you to watch Boat Die Hard, Maxie?
Yeah, sounds fun.
Elliot,
But not the taping to the chair, but the Die Hard in the boat.
the Boat Die Hard's pretty fun.
all right. I know we gotta get going, but yeah. Thanks everybody for watching.
It's
Thank-
actually listening.
Well, I mean, you can also watch a blank screen for an hour and 30 minutes.
That.
I
Who
mean,
would do that?
you did it when you watched Skinamarink. Hey!
Oh.
Got
Damn,
him.
He got you there.
All right. All right, I'm gonna end it off. Okay, signing off to you. Signing off. It's me, Mr. Mucksama, and
Riley, yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, fuck yeah, that was cool. And you want to do it last?
Oh, me?
Yeah, we'll do. Oh, who the fuck else is there? Who the fuck else is there?
Oh, listen, man.
Who, me? Who, me?
If I say bye, it's gonna be final. Bye.